Hey everyone, welcome to the Rock Solid Just Give Me Some Time podcast, episode number 9, where we talk with community youth about what is going on in the world and what we discuss on Wednesday nights. And Just Give Me Some Time is a great way to stay in touch on what's happening down the road as well. I'm just wanting to reintroduce our veteran guests, and we'll be plugging a podcast. We have a game to play, and we'll be reviewing of some of the Rock Solid Wednesday teaching and small group discussions. Tonight we have, sitting next to me is Nolan Parks and
Wesley Hilbish.
All right, so your introduction today. Can you tell me how old you are, what year of school you are, and your favorite dinosaur, and why?
I'm a junior in high school, and favorite dinosaur would be Spinosaurus.
A Spinosaurus.
So
Can you describe?
looks cool.
Yeah.
It has face, a long snout, like an alligator or a crocodile kind of.
Yeah.
And then it has the big fin on its back.
Right.
And it's about the size of a T-Rex too.
Oh, right on. Okay.
It was in Jurassic Park 3.
Were they doing battle at one point?
Yeah, it beat the T-Rex.
Okay. All right. So you want to be something that beat the T-Rex if you need to.
Yeah.
Okay. Throw weight and spines around if you need to.
Does he have longer arms than a T-Rex?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Could he pick his nose if he needed to? Because I feel like the T-Rex is gonna.
I can't remember exactly how long the arms are.
Okay.
I just remember the basic look of it.
Right on. Okay. Wes, what about you?
I'm a senior in high school. I'm 18, and I like raptors because they're kind of fast and what's the word for it? Kind of they like spy on people, and you don't even know they're there.
Yeah.
And they get you.
Yeah.
You know. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sneaky.
Sneaky. That's a good word.
They're always everywhere.
Yeah. That's like the one where the dude is like thinking he's tracking one right ahead of him, and one takes him like 90 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just out of nowhere.
In the first one?
Yeah, doesn't he say, "Clever girl"?
Yeah.
Is that, do you, like as a close second, I mean, as kind of a consolation prize, would you drive a Ford Raptor?
I like Ford Raptors.
Okay. That'd be a good reason why you should
A
buy one down
Raptor.
the road, maybe.
What about you? What's your favorite dinosaur?
Oh, yeah, thank you. Maybe this is between, the one that fly, the pterodactyl, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, those are kind of interesting to me. Yeah. But the T-Rex just looks mean,
Yeah.
And I heard, the Dodge T-Rex is like this answer to the Raptor, the truck battle. I thought that was kind of interesting. So,
Yeah. And the pterodactyl's probably where they got all the dragon legends from too.
Yeah. I just like the idea that you can fly and grab things. And
Maybe they probably even breathe fire.
they could.
That's where the dragon legends came.
Yeah. Didn't we, when we were at the Ark, didn't they have something that looked like the pterodactyl? And I forget what it was, but it was some kind of a ptero something. I forget what it was.
There was one there that they're talking about. It was like the size of like a small plane.
That's right. Yeah, can you imagine? Like flying, like Jurassic World, with
That'd be crazy.
Right? And just like flying and looking across and what's going on? It's crazy. All right, just before we get into the game for this night, I want to do a podcast plug with a Unite podcast. We meet. There's 3 youth pastors that meet every Monday, and then the podcast actually drops every Wednesday. And as a collection of youth pastors talking about life and the challenges in life pertaining to youth, families, and community. The last pod, which dropped today, we talked about sarcasm, how we work together coming from different practicing churches, and the loss of one of West Noble's best teachers, Doug Brown. We reviewed that a little bit, and it was good to talk about him and honor him. We were. Did you guys both have Mr. Brown as a teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any words of like something like I know we didn't talk about it, but like maybe something that you just really enjoyed about who he was?
Well, I thought he was a nice guy. He had a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
Like, when he was teaching.
Yeah. Yeah, I just hear a lot of good things. I mean, 30 years teaching, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you got? Wes, you got anything that you appreciate about him?
I liked his dedication to things. Like even though he was sick for a while, so he still showed effort. He wasn't just showing up just to get paid kind of thing. He still loved the kids and wanted to see them do well. So
I just heard he was so positive, no matter how bad the day was, or he was struggling or something. Always, he was a believer. You know, he was concerned about praying for others and their needs, and even though he had many of his own he was struggling with. I just remember this one flotilla run that I remember Pastor Joey was running in, and he was running alongside him. I thought that was pretty neat. He looked pretty fit. I guess he's done quite a few different races as well. One of the first times I met him, I remember I was trying to recruit US for the baseball team. I remember you coming after your stint playing baseball during your junior high years, and he had his eye on you. But yeah, you can miss him for sure. All right, so for our game tonight, we have obscure sports, weird, obscure sports, and which country of origin, okay? So, what I'll do is I'll say the sport and tell you what it is, and you have to guess which country it's from, okay? So, two male camels, wrestling and fighting with each other as a sport.
Turkey.
Oh, that's right. I had this discussion with you before afterwards. Nolan was wondering, what does this mean? And I gave him a few for instances. Okay.
That was the only one you told me.
Yeah,
the
that's true.
country.
That's right, because I thought maybe. Okay. So we'll get in the next one. Okay. Running with the bulls. So you actually are you're put in with the bulls and you're running down the city streets.
isn't that Spain?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
that's Spain.
Extra points for the town.
What's the first letter?
P. It's been some movies. If that helps. I don't know
Movies.
If that helps or not.
Like what movies?
No, I didn't know. It just, I don't know. People have done crazy things that are just like they pan over and they're like screaming as the bulls are chasing them. And
Is it like one word or is it kind of like a
yeah,
different-
right. One word.
Ooh.
It's kind of a
I can only think of like one city in Spain.
Barcelona or something like that.
Oh yeah,
Or is that
that one too. That's the second one.
Which one can you think of?
Madrid?
Oh, man. Yep. So Pamplona.
I would have never guessed.
See that you could do. That would be a kind of fun trivia thing.
I could only think of one thing.
Like the running of the bulls in Pamplona, Spain. Everybody looks at you. Oh, where'd you get that?
I could only think of one thing in Europe to start with.
Now you know another one.
Portugal.
I know that.
I was saying that too.
Okay. You a wife carrying festival.
I feel like that's like Ireland.
Yeah, I was about to say like Ireland, or Scotland, or
Right.
something like that.
That sounds something like they would do. I got another one for them, but it's actually in Finland. Okay.
It was a land.
Yeah, right. This one's interesting. Football. This is called fireball. A football with a ball on fire. It's basically playing football with a ball on fire. Can you imagine that? That makes things up at West Oval.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like a Middle Eastern thing.
Okay. What would you guess? You think?
Maybe in Asia, maybe.
Okay. You have a country in
I
mind?
know that's not a country, but
Just like a general area. Yeah.
maybe
Can you imagine catching
like
that? Run with it.
Maybe
maybe like a Indian.
Egypt.
Okay, Egypt. So Indonesia.
Oh,
So
well,
you're
close.
close with the whole Asia.
He said Middle East.
He did. And then we went south a little bit. It's like
Maybe Australia,
Middle
or
Eastern
North
Asia.
Africa, South Africa.
Yeah.
Maybe around like Papua New Guinea.
Let's just start naming cool countries. Okay. Pillow fighting, a real-life, semi-professional, women's-only sporting event. Semi-professional. Means they make some money.
Sweden.
Like,
I'll give you this. I'll give you a quick tip. It's closer than you think.
Canada.
maybe it might be the U.S. thing.
It does sound something like we would do. Yeah. It's Canada.
Closer.
It's Canada.
Canada.
Yeah, those Canadians, man. Okay, you'd love this. You'd love this. Car curling. It's like Olympic curling, but with cars.
Oh.
Doesn't that sound like fun?
Yeah.
I
Probably.
would totally use our
That seems like
van.
curling. Is
That's
that like
the thing that you push on the ice,
Scandinavian?
right?
Is that like a
And
Scandinavian
you
thing?
right? Then you sweep it, right? You sweep and or you buff it or whatever. Nice.
Norway.
I feel like it'd have to be a colder climate. Maybe like Iceland.
Okay. How about Russia?
Russia.
Russia's cold, right?
That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Road bowling. They actually roll get like down a mountain. They roll rocks down a particular road. Like large rocks.
I feel like that has to be Ireland.
Huh?
I might go Ireland again
Okay.
here.
I don't want to go. I don't want to copy Wesley, so I'm gonna go UK.
Okay. Ireland.
Really?
Yep. Ireland. Okay. This last one. This one's good. Throwing a haggis as far as possible for distance and accuracy.
A haggis?
Isn't a haggis
So
like a type of food?
It's like what? Do you know what it is?
No.
It's some meat, particular meat.
Meat.
So throwing haggis.
Ooh.
That's just hilarious sounding.
Is it like a Dutch thing?
Denmark.
Okay. Scotland.
Hmm.
Yeah, really good.
Oh.
Right down the road, up the road from Ireland. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like
That
something,
sounds like something from
they would do in their kilts.
yeah. Well,
Haggis.
I think Dwight in The Office served haggis, a type of haggis maybe, and he said it was a Pennsylvania Dutch Christmas.
Oh, really? We have to talk to him about that.
Yeah.
Haggis, yeah.
I don't exactly know what specific origins that came from.
That's funny. It's weird. Some of the, like the lawn bowling, and then the throwing that log throwing.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they do in Scotland as well?
Yeah.
It's the Highland Games, right?
Ireland. Yeah.
It's like
one of those
the
places.
Highland.
yeah, like
They're
the
tough
throw. Yeah, that would be tough.
for sure.
They had that war with England
We should do
from
that.
Braveheart.
Yes. Yes. We need to get in touch with that. I don't know if any, but what parts? Where does that come from?
I think it's German
Okay.
or
Okay.
something like that.
We need
We're
to.
from Germany too, right?
Yeah. Dutch, German. Yeah. So maybe we can get in touch with some games. That
I
they
think
used
it's
to do.
German or English.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I know I have some. I think I have some German ancestry.
Okay. So we might have been neighbors
Yeah.
way back in the day. So weird sport, country of origin game. Okay. Interesting. Let's review the evening tonight in our manners study. We talked about party manners and just helpful behavior at a party of some kind, and how do you remain pure at a party, but also party manners also generalized to all aspects of life. And we talked about a code, different set of rules, statutes that is outlined in the Bible. We talked about our verse from Psalms 119, 9 through 6. We talked about certain things that a young person can do to stay pure. What were some, I know you guys had small groups, and after our teaching, what were some of the things that you guys took away from that time?
We kind of talked a little bit about how it could like affect the rest of your life, and like how you could like celebrate your party could also like could be a reflection of how you live the rest of your life. So like we were talking about like good habits like working out, like keeping a schedule and eating healthy. You could also like most often probably people who like to do that aren't gonna go and do drugs and get drunk on a Friday night sometimes. So if you maybe develop those traits a little bit, you won't be as prone to indulge in the party scene.
That's good. So being conscious of your protecting your mind, body, and spirit, you can be a little bit more, be able to take some of those things captive to guard and protect them rather than find yourself in those situations. It's good. It's good. What about you, Mr. Nolan?
Sort of like when you choose not to do some of the other stuff that some of your friends are doing, you might lose some friends. Like you said, when you were in college, like some of the people who were going to those parties they were doing stuff that you didn't want to do. You lost some friends.
Yeah, what is that like? You know, have you guys ever had to make those calls where you maybe you choose not to do the popular thing that maybe it's in that friend group at the time because you knew that wasn't the best for who you were as a person and who God's calling you to be? Have you guys ever been in a situation where you had to make that, or at least know somebody else that has had to make that decision?
I've never really had to make that decision,
Yeah.
but I definitely know some situations of some other people who are kind of like on the line between, or they might just be confused about things, so they might be just trying to fit in, but they know what's happening there is wrong still. So
Never really been invited to a party where there's like bad things happening, but I've heard of like situations like that around the school.
If you were to voice something like a word of encouragement and challenge somebody out there that's struggling with that maybe just like they're struggling with the relationships out there and they're just like, man, I'm not liking who I'm becoming by trying to be popular by going to these parties or whatever, or doing these activities or whatever. What would you say to encourage them or challenge them to maybe think about some of the habits that are taking shape in their life that is leading down maybe a path that they just don't want to be. They can see themselves like they're still already experiencing some regret. What would you say to a person like that?
Well, if you have like a feeling about, if you're at a party and you have a feeling about whether or not you should be doing it, and you have to think for a little bit, and you probably shouldn't be doing it.
Mm-hmm. So if you're saying that if they feel something inside of them that's telling them not to participate in that activity, then... And
then like if they have to think about it for like a couple seconds, I feel like usually it's not something that you should be doing.
Okay, that's good. That's good. What about you, Wes?
I feel like if you're faced with a situation, especially in like a party, like I don't see parties as very important. It's like it's just kind of it's meant for pleasure, which isn't a necessity. So often, if that is going to like if you're having to sacrifice things, like morally or physically, it's not really worth it. I don't think, because it's just like a moment that you probably won't even remember. Really, I've never thought of a party and be like, "Ooh, I really like that's what I want more," kind of thing. I feel like most people who often get into some bad situation at parties too definitely regret what they have done, if they say it or not. So
maybe create some more meaningful alternatives in their life to turn to, right? Some more meaningful things to. One of the things we used to do when working with clients over in Fort Wayne, we used to talk about creating creating a life worth living. So you can actually create experiences that have value. And so, like we were saying, parties don't necessarily maybe amount to much as you would think they would down the road, but and not all parties are horrible, right? There are some fantastic moments of celebration. I mean, Wes, you did the senior skip day over there?
Yeah.
That was a pretty amazing party, right? Blow up games, and you say, was that your first introduction to the tres leche?
Tres leche.
Tres leche, is that?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So, I'm curious. Have you had that?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Has Bree's mom ever made that for you?
No, usually just makes dinner.
B offered to make one of the meals here.
Who?
B, right? Bree's mom.
Who's B?
Uh-huh.
Isn't that her, Beatrice?
Yeah.
She's gonna make something here, so maybe we can
What's she
get in on
making?
that. The tres leche.
She did? She is?
I don't know. I'm gonna request it, maybe if she's listening. All right. Anything else about tonight that come up in a small group or whatever before we sign off? Okay. Well, hey, it was great to have you guys. I'll do a quick update, and then we'll sign off with our scripture of this evening. A few updates. We have Capture the Flag this Saturday from 6 to 8 at the Chad and Joy Wilson's property. We have sign up on Google signups, and I believe there's a link with Chad Wilson's Instagram, and then we also have SOS Summer Service coming up June 15th through the 17th, and we're going to be doing we'll be doing late sign up. Okay, so and we can cover the cost of the late sign up, and to anything to get you guys join us would be great. Make sure to contact me, Dave Hilbish, if you're interested. Seniors, if you're graduating this year, we'd love to celebrate your life and your accomplishments at West Noble and surrounding schools. Get your questionnaire with pictures to me. If you haven't gotten anything yet, make sure to let me know, and I'll make sure to email or text and messenger anything your way. We'd love to celebrate with you and celebrate you. At this point in time, Wes, you want to sign us off with our verse for this evening?
Sure. This is Psalms 119, 9 through 16. How can a young person stay on the path of purity? By living according to the word, to your word. I seek you with all my heart. Do not let me stray from your commands. I have hidden your word in my heart that I might not sin against you. Praise to you, Lord. Teach me your decrees. With my lips I recount all the law that come from your mouth. I rejoice in following your statutes as one rejoices in great riches. I meditate on your precepts and consider your ways. I delight in your decrees. I will not neglect your word.
Okay. Well, hey, I appreciate that, Wes. Thank you. And it's good to see everyone. Make sure to stay on the path, everybody. We'll see you next week.